Hockey Night in Canada and the NHL on Sportsnet present the Stanley Cup Playoffs.
Trying to describe it can make it sound like some sort of riddle. What can't be measured, yet can weigh a ton. What can write someone's story without using a drop of ink. So how do you calculate this challenge? Evaluate the burden of expectation. Classify the limits one must summit. One of the ways you measure it is with your memory.
Our Stanley Cup champions.
And the diamonds born from it. The polished history cut by their brilliance with simplicity and ignorance to ego. As the great Billie Jean King pointed out, pressure is a privilege. Pressure says you must win it for us. Be the next dynasty. Knows this may be your last dance. Has a penchant for breaking your heart. And can leave a king seeking his crown. It's that other opponent, the great equalizer, living everywhere, creeping through any opening, building with every game, intensifying with each play.
Shots going.
Once again, it has come knocking at the door.
Under pressure.
An opening that says, let me out,
Pressure.
and let greatness in. The Stanley Cup Playoffs is next.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans of the United States and Newfoundland.
This is Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
We've got action for you here tonight.
He's got a step. He's in. Scores.
Absolutely amazing.
Honestly, love feels and looks a lot like hockey, doesn't it? Phil Rezenkowski is the producer who created that opening for us. Jeremy Winger was the editor. Beautiful start for Game 1, Toronto at Boston, the 2024 Stanley Cup Playoffs. The 16-team field is set. 3 first-round matchups are matchups like a year ago. Jets on a heater. So many great stories. Patty was in for the first time in 10 years. Ovi's back after a year out. Hockey Night in Canada presented by Rogers. Jake Allen is here for Kelly Rudy tonight. Jake, welcome again. We'll get your thoughts in just 1 second. Elliot Friedman, Kevin Bieksa. Kevin actually watched the opening. So Queen and David Bowie, you know
really
that was good.
Ron, really good.
Kyle Bukauskas, let's send it to TD Garden. Lots of news and notes. Over to you.
Yeah, Ron, for those who missed it, William Nylander won't go for the Maple Leafs here tonight. Bobby McMann is out as well. Brad Marchand had the line this week. The worst thing you could possibly do is go into the playoffs thinking anything you did in the regular season matters. Game 1 is the great reset. Just a few days ago, Austin Matthews chasing 70 goals. Mitch Marner was finding his groove again. Those numbers are back to 0. David Pastrnak, another season over 100 points. The Bruins goalie tandem, great again. Those numbers back to 0. All the winning done over 82 games. The slate is wiped clean. A balanced, even playing field in the race to 16 wins. Now, this rivalry has become a phenomenon over the years. Generations of hockey fans just hear the words Leafs Bruins and it makes you feel a certain way. 2019 was a long time ago, but we all know the history. The tortured fans department await its first guess at the conclusion of this one here tonight, Ron.
Fantastic, Kyle. And you're right, it is a fresh slate. Nonetheless, in the last 3 weeks, Jake Allen has faced the Toronto Maple Leafs. 42 saves, one really dandy performance, season high. What are they like? What's it like to face Toronto?
They can create offense in the slot better than any team in the league. Obviously, I've played them very recently, very fresh in my mind, but they generate so much from in the slot, below the goal line, through the trapezoid, better than any team in the league, so that's going to be Boston's challenge, is to eliminate that.
I'm just thinking what Kyle said. It is the great reset. So when you start playoffs, scorers want to score, especially in game 1. Hitters want to get a big hit in early. You know, defenders want to defend really well and have a +2, +3 game early. It really is the start of a new season, and Wayne Gretzky said it. There's 3 seasons. There's the regular season, there's the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, and there's the finals. This is the second season. It's a fresh start. Everybody looking to come out of the gates flying.
Kevin, in that first season, one of the reasons the Bruins were so dominant over Toronto was their forecheck controlled the games. The Maple Leafs could not handle it. Ron, that's the single biggest thing that Toronto has to change from the regular season against the Bruins. They have to be able to handle the forecheck.
And the pressure. Pressure, it breaks or it bonds people, and it comes in all shapes and sizes. How do you hit your stride tonight in game 1? The thing is, it's not just tonight, it is a fortnight, and it is a series of series. Our annual rite of springtime, the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's the buds and the bees, and we tend to our garden. Enjoy.
It's time to elevate, it's time to celebrate, it's time to levitate, I'm coming up. It's time to elevate, it's time to celebrate, it's time to levitate, I'm coming up.
16 teams are still playing. Second game of the opening round of the playoffs right here in Boston. Morgan Riley said this morning it is hard to explain just how much the game changes this time of year. What we are about to see for ourselves inside the hostile TD Garden. Game 1, Leafs and Bruins. It's familiar. Will it be any different?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, would you please rise and remove your caps for the singing of the national anthems. Accompanied by Bruins organist Ron Poster, please welcome Todd Angeli. land. True patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's fast gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's a matchup we've seen many times before. A series even a week ago we did not see coming. It's a bespoke Original Six matchup on opening night of the Stanley Cup playoffs in Boston. Well, there was some secrecy shrouding the starting goaltenders in the build-up to game number one. It will be Ilya Samsonov for the Leafs. He backstopped Toronto to an opening round win last year, 38-40 in his only outing against Boston this season. A shootout loss in November, and it is Jeremy Swayman for the Bruins. Started only game 7 last year in the loss to Florida, 3-0 against the Leafs in the regular season. Whether there are links to past glory on the ice, others dreaming of making their own mark in Stanley Cup history. Here we go again. Where's the Stanley Cup gonna take us this spring? Austin Matthews to face it off, and Max Domi and Brad Marchand before the puck is even dropped. And Greg, this is likely a matchup we're going to see throughout this round.
Yeah, that's why I don't mind Sheldon Keefe not being afraid of it. That's telling your bench that you're ready to go. Put your top guy out and let Jim Montgomery get the last change and create the matchup, create the tension,